What's up guys, Mark here back with another playing card review, and today we are reviewing the White Reserve Note by Jackson Robinson. Okay, so yeah, White Reserve Note by Jackson Robinson, really cool, elegant deck of cards. It does say so if you don't know, I mentioned this in my last video, but that was kind of boring, just update video or whatever. Sorry, couldn't talk for a sec there. But so just for some context on this deck of cards, if you can see behind me here, they're on that middle shelf, the black ones right there. If I think of it, I'll put a close-up picture of it just so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. But so there's the Black Reserve Note. I believe Jackson Robinson did this. Sorry, I don't know why I can't talk. Did this in 2019. But yeah, so he owns and makes all the cards for King's Wilds project. And they were the first people when I had 3 subscribers. They sent me like $100 worth of cards, a bunch of cool stuff. And one of the decks they sent me was the Black Reserve Note, which, like I said, is back there. Super cool, but he's very into currency and stuff, so I believe this is like a currency-based one. I'm not 100% sure, but very cool. It says Reserve Note, 52 on the back there, so yeah, super cool deck. But yeah, I like to, if someone sends me enough decks of cards, I like to, or if, someone does a nice gesture or whatever, keep a sealed deck. And that was what I did with the Black Reserve Note, because they were so cool looking and everything. Big lip on that as well. But, yeah, so I kept those closed, and then I saw something about the White Reserve Note, which is obviously this red color. Thought it looked super cool. Got a pretty good price for it, so I was like, you know what, I'll get this one just to, because I've always wondered, I haven't like seen any videos on them or anything, so like I've always wondered what the Black Reserve Notes, which is look like. I mean, I've seen a couple pictures, but not a ton. But yeah, so I wanted to get a similar deck to that. So but what I was getting at, you see there's the number 13 there. A lot of the number 13 shows up in all of King's Wild Project stuff. I'm not sure the significance or what that means or anything, but super cool nonetheless. Here we go. Very cool, shiny deck there. Yeah, that's so cool. But yeah, so super nice guy. Like I said, he sent me a bunch of cards when I had literally 3 subscribers. Yeah, very cool guy. This has some sort of foil on it, like you see that when it moves with the light. There's not, my shades are closed, there's not much sunlight coming in, but I'm sure like if I was outside you'd really be able to see a cool glimmer with that. But yeah, so yeah, let's get into this deck of cards. Wow, there is a lot here. Wow, this is just like, okay, sorry, we gotta start somewhere. Let's start with the back design. We have some sort of, what does that say? Two-way symmetrical back design, no white borders, sort of that money green, like what a $100 bill would look like. We've got the American flag, an eagle, the Illuminati symbol, or I guess it probably is not for that in this case. It's just because it's on money, but very cool nonetheless with the eye and the triangle there. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, there's some writing there. If I can get that to focus. I am not even gonna try and pronounce that. I'll put what it says up there and let you guys know what that means or whatever. But yeah, super cool. So as you can see for the jokers here, and again, like the lighting looks super cool on that. But as you can see in the corners, it's got like the cash sign, like the S with the 2 lines through it, like that sign. in with the Joker. And sorry I keep turning it away. Doing this horizontal view I think is better, but I also just have to look at the cards for a sec. But yeah, super cool detailed Jokers, and like I said, there's got to be some sort of silver foiling on that. But yeah, really unique two-way back design. Super, super cool. Wow, that is beautiful. And we also have like little like stamps there. There's just, yeah, so much detail on that. This is probably going to be a longer video, but yeah, if you guys saw my last video, my goal each week is to put out one really like high quality video, and then maybe a second video, and then a few shorts as well, just because those get a lot of views and help bring people to my channel and stuff. But yeah, so that's the plan. But yeah, this is definitely currency, American currency based. As you can see, you have the United States there. Yeah, same thing, King's Wild Project on the bottom. We've got the eagle, the stamps again. Sorry, I keep having to turn away. The Illuminati symbol, or the symbol that's on money, however you want to refer to it. But yeah, very cool ace of spades there. Yeah, super cool pips and indices, definitely far from standard. And also, yeah, like I mentioned, same as on the border for this, which I guess it's not technically, I mean, it is a border, but it's not like a hard line border. But super cool, but it's got that sort of not quite green, but sort of like $100 bill look to it, in my opinion. Yeah, that sort of color, just like kind of a faded greenish, grayish brown. But yeah, very cool color there. Super, super cool. Yeah, look at that. And also you can see there's like silver around the pips and indices. So when I move it with the light. Okay, sorry about that. Paused it for a minute. But yeah, so getting back into the cards, as I think where I cut it off, I was saying how it has like that silver around it that you can't, like silver foiling that you can't really, I guess you can see it there, but like when you move it around, it like shimmers a lot. So yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, very unique pips, indices. Interested to see what the court cards are gonna be. Oh wow. So we have Abraham Lincoln here for the jack, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of silver foiling and stuff in there. Yeah, I love, cool, Statue of Liberty there for the Queen. I'll leave it on each card so it can focus for a second, you guys can see it. But yeah, I love history. I know Jackson Robinson does too. He loves, like he makes a bunch of decks about like, and then, sorry, is that Benjamin Franklin? I hope that's who it is. I'm 99. Yes, I am. That would have been embarrassing if I didn't know who that was. But yeah, he likes history. He does a lot of history decks. He does like old, talking about Jackson Robinson from King's Wild Project. He does like a bunch of like old, or not old, but like cigar decks, and then like decks to do with money and history stuff. But yeah, he has a lot of cool decks, but this is very cool. Oh, look at that, how it has the serial number on that, just like money does. It's weird, that wasn't on the ace of spades, but that is so cool. Wow. And then yeah, there's like the signature there. So yeah, a bunch of super cool with, it's like this with a ton of the King's Wild Project decks, where it's like, it's weird that doesn't show up very red on the screen. But oh, and I will say too, the one thing about these cards, the number cards, and possibly, I forget, the court cards might be too, but they're one-sided. And what I mean by that is it has that symbol there in the middle, so if you turn it around, it will be upside down. But I mean, that's not a huge deal. But yeah, super cool deck of cards. But what I was saying, a lot of the King's Wild Project decks, or Jackson Robinson decks, like have just so much like crazy details to it, that like, you know, you can go back and look at time and time again and find more stuff about. This is Morse, on the Jack of Diamonds there. I don't know who that is. I'll look it up and put it above. But I like how they have different people for each one. Who's this? It says Liberty on it. I'm not quite sure who that is. Very cool nonetheless. But yeah, I don't know who that is. If I can figure it out, I will put it above. But yeah, super cool deck of cards. So much little details. And then Hamilton there. Let's see. Okay, I will cut that off there. At some point it might overlap a little bit depending on where we cut it off, but I was getting a phone call and it was vibrating and stuff, so I'll cut that out. But yeah, I don't know who that Queen of Diamonds is. Don't know. So this is the one we were talking about, is Hamilton. I'll probably take it out because it was dumb, but I was listing off the presidents in order to try and remember if he was a president. I don't think he was. I'm 99% sure he wasn't. I feel like, I don't know what he did. I'll put it up there. I definitely remember his name, and he did something to some extent of importance, but yeah, I don't know who it is. Then we have Running Antelope. That's very interesting. And another cool thing about this deck is Flowers of the South. I like the different old characters we have in here. I'll look up what was his name? Running Antelope. I will look up and put, you know, a small description about him, or put a picture to the side or something. I will do the same with this person, and this is what I was talking about with, like, that's a really cool picture, by the way. Wanting to, you know, just do less videos and put more effort into them. I think it's something cool. Looks like we have James Madison there, I believe. Yes, Madison. But yeah, just so many like cool little details, as you can see on all the cards. I love how all the court cards are different people. Yeah, we go through the last few pips and indices here. Yeah, let's see, what do we have? Oh wow, that is crazy. Man, look at all the, so it's piled down. Look at all the little detail that goes around that. And I really like how they have all the aces, like, are just, how do I say this? They're all separate, like they're all like, could be an ace of spades, and then the other ones could be plain, if that makes sense. Like, they all just have so much uniqueness to them, and are all just like really you know, flashy and cool. And, you know, like, I would think typically in a lot of decks the ace of spades is cool, and then the other aces are just plain. But yeah, that is so cool how they all are different from each other. And yeah, we have Jackson here. He was, I believe, the president. Washington Adams Jackson. Okay. So he was the third president, right? Yeah, Washington Adams Jackson. Wait. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so third president. I believe that's who that is. Like I said, I will put details above for some of these people. All the queens are really interesting characters. I'm sure there's some really cool background for these people and stuff. I'll try and put in what I can. That person looks familiar, but I don't know who that is. It says Sword. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, super cool. Lots of cool characters. Oh, I forgot to do the ad cards. Wait, no, I didn't. Was there? Oh, there's just the two jokers. There wasn't any ad cards in this. But yeah, very cool number cards. And then look at that last ace. That's crazy with the sorry, what do you call it? serial number and stuff. A lot of history, a lot of money things in here, a lot of very cool details. The court cards are some of the coolest I've ever seen, and yeah, that's one of the things I love about a deck of cards like this, is you can just, you know, go through and like look up all the people from the court cards that, I mean, obviously, like, you know, everyone knows who Benjamin Franklin is, but I'm guessing a lot of people don't know who some of the women were, and that, I mean, I don't know who they were, but yeah, super cool. So I'm definitely gonna look that up, and if there's any interesting details I find, I'll put a picture with writing next to it, or put a short description in. But yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on anything, but yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I mentioned this a minute ago, but what I mentioned in my last video is I want to just do like a more edited video, you know, give you guys more information. Yeah, just make it a little better quality over quantity. But yeah, super cool deck of cards. Yeah, love the back design, especially with that, I guess it's not, don't think it's meant to be the Illuminati symbol, but you know, the symbol they put on the back of bills. But yeah, super cool, fans super nice. Yeah, man, it's crazy, all the foil on it, they're not gilded, but they almost look like they're gilded when you go like this, because you can see like the shimmer from the corners of them, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's give this deck a couple shuffles and see how it feels and stuff. They feel like almost a thicker deck of cards, if that makes sense. I'd be interested to know who printed these. If I can find out, I'll put it above, but no promises there, because it is always so hard to find stuff to do with a certain deck of playing cards. But maybe if it's in the archives of their King's Wild Project's website or something, then maybe I will be able to find out who printed that. I messed up that trick there. Haven't practiced a ton the last few days, but there we go. That was cool. But yeah, definitely, I'm gonna be honest, yeah, it does feel really thick. Like, I don't know, it'd be interesting to compare it to another deck of cards, but yeah, just super flashy. Obviously not a cardistry deck in any way, so it not being, I mean, it feels good, it just feels a little different. Not, I think it might not be bigger, it might be that it feels heavier, maybe a combination of the two, I'm not really sure. But yeah, either way it feels nice, but this is more of a deck of art than a deck of cards, you know. This isn't something you're gonna be doing cardistry with. But yeah, super cool, super happy about this deck. And then I just love the red tuck case. We'll get into, yeah, let's get into the rating here. Got my pen box. All right, here we go. So yeah, getting into the tuck case. So it looks papery, but it really doesn't feel too papery. And then it's got like this plastic strip that goes all the way around it. I really think that adds to it. Yeah, bigger lip. I got the 52 there for 52 cards, obviously. And I like how it sits, if you can see that. Kind of reminds me of, if you're like zoomed in on the lip there, looks like the Fontaine decks look like. At least to me it does. But yeah, super cool outline. Love the contrast. I think the red really like brightens up this deck, because it's very cool, it has a lot of cool details, but it's more of a dull sort of color palette, and that red really contrasts with that nicely, I think. So yeah, we are gonna go 10 out of 10 for the tuck case. Super, super cool. Yeah, so it just says reserve note there by Jackson Robinson, and then got the KWP logo and stuff on the back. And yeah, oh, here we go. Manufactured by the Expert Playing Card Company. in the PRC. And then it also has, I'm gonna say this completely wrong. I'm not even gonna say it has some like Bible passage or something there. I don't know if you guys can read that. I'll put the name up there. But I'm not even gonna try saying it because I know I'm gonna fuck it up if I do. But yeah, super cool. Yeah, like I said, the deck's a little bigger and heavier, but I mean, for how cool this deck is, it's not, you know, a cardistry deck. It's a deck, and you could definitely play a game with it, but to me, this is more of a deck to just show people and stuff. Yeah, back design is a two-way back design, which is nice. Really cool. Like I said, it's something you kind of have to be looking closely at. Not something that necessarily just stands out if you're just holding it, but when you get up close to it, a lot of really cool details. And yeah, that silver just kind of, you know, makes it glimmer. So yeah, super cool. I really like it. I'm feeling a 9 out of 10, but like looking at it, I don't know how this couldn't be a 10 out of 10. Like it's just, it's so cool. We're gonna go 10 out of 10. Don't think I need to say this, but for the court cards alone, this is gonna make this section a 10 out of 10. Super cool. I do like how they have some recognizable people like Abraham Lincoln in there and stuff, but then also some people that I don't know. I mean, I like history, and I read a lot of history and stuff, and I haven't heard of a few of the people in here. So yeah, just I like something that you know, makes it more like, you know, adds to the experience, like looking up the people, finding out about their story and stuff. But yeah, super cool. Pips and indices, obviously super cool as well. Yeah, the only one complaint would be that this the number cards are one way. Is it like that for the court cards too? Huh. It's not for the court cards. That's interesting. But they have the two of them there on the sides. But either way, super cool. Has to be a 10 out of 10. Yeah, last two things. The feel of these cards, like I said. Alright, I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna do a shuffle, and it's gonna be a bad shuffle because anytime I mention the feel, that's what happens. No, yeah, well, I guess I didn't say they feel good, so technically that's probably why. But they don't feel bad. They do feel good. Not like a crazy, definitely not like a cardistry deck. But yeah, they feel nice. I'm glad I was able to figure out who printed these. But yeah, they feel good. It's just, they feel, yeah, like a little bit heavy and a little bit thicker. But like I said, it's not, you know, a cardistry deck. Like, this is super cool deck of cards. Definitely like one of the, you know, just thinking about it now, like one of the first decks I would show someone if I just want to show them like a cool deck of cards. But yeah, I mean, we're judged, you know, feels one of the categories though, but they don't feel bad by any means. It's just yeah, not like a 10 out of 10 feel. We'll go 7, we'll go 8 out of 10 for that. And then last thing on this is, yeah, they don't feel bad at all. It's just they're not like a 10 out of 10 feel, which, I mean, you can't be perfect on everything. But yeah, super cool. Price of these, I believe, was around $20. I'll put it up there. But yeah, so a little more on the higher end price for a deck of cards. But yeah, there is obviously a lot of detail that went into this deck. And like I said, the black reserve now is one of my favorite ones, even though I've never opened it before. But yeah, just love that Jackson Robinson had gave that to me. Or, you know, King's Wild Project had sent that to me, so I wanted to check out this one and see what it looked like. But definitely worth the price, 100%. 10 out of 10 for that, 48 out of 50. So yeah, that is the Reserve Note by Jackson Robinson. King's Wild project. I believe it came out a few years ago. I'll put it up there if I think of it. But like I said, that's the plan, is to, you know, give you guys more information in these videos. And yeah, I haven't decided on like a certain day of the week yet. I think maybe Tuesdays, but this might come out before Tuesday, I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, that's about it for this stack. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.